Hello everyone, we are back with yet another episode of Incredible Indians. And from popular demand, we are going to talk about one of the serious ills plaguing the city of Bombay, which is the problem of cars. Now, Bombay has a population of about 20 million people, out of which 4 million have cars. What does that tell you? That there are cars just all over the city. Now, why don't we go to an expert who will tell us the links between car pollution and human life. Please welcome.
Hello, I'm Saikal and I have written the book Cars, the Untold Story.
So my first question is, Mr. Saikal, what is your fascination with cars?
It's not that I have any particular fascination for cars, but whenever I read a paper or anything, I always find that there are many misconceptions that people have about cars. For example, when you introduced the show, you were talking about cars as an ill. While I was researching this subject, I concluded cars are not an ill. Pollution is not a problem and we need cars. So this is why I wrote this book and told the untold story about cars. It's because we have been doing them an injustice.
Okay, so Michael, the thing is that an ill is the opposite of health. And breathing the air of Mumbai is like smoking 20 cigarettes a day. So wouldn't you agree that cars are indeed an ill?
See, my answer to that is twofold. The first is, if you are saying this car is an ill, it's like smoking 20 cigarettes, why don't you go to the Himalayas? You want to live in the modern world, you want to use the computer, then this is all there is. Hundreds of years ago, when there were no cars, that time there used to be horse riding. And you know, the horses used to shit so much that the streets were lined up with shit. And people would die of typhoid from these shit infested roads by the age of 6. Now we are living till 80, so what if we have cancer? So tell me, what do you prefer? Do you want to die at the age of 6 by typhoid caused due to shit? Or do you want to die at the age of 80 by cancer?
So ideally I would prefer not to die at all. And the point of modern life is just that, to protect humans from the absurdities in nature. So the reason the car was invented, which was to ferry us from one place to another, has now been entirely defeated because people are just climbing into these little metal boxes and they're just not getting anywhere because there are just so many of them. So these little metal boxes interact with each other and they just stay there in the center of the city, and no person is going from point A to point B. They're just somewhere in between. So what do you think? Are cars not an ill in this sense?
See, that is a misconception. Cars are indeed invented to take you from one place to another, and used well, that is what they will do. These people who are getting stuck in the traffic, they don't want to get to anywhere. They want to be stuck in that traffic. They could have taken the bus, they could have taken the train, but they got into that car during rush hour and sat there in the middle because they did not want to think about life. They will be caught in this traffic for hours on end and not have to think about the things that really matter. You know who is getting stuck in this traffic? The people who are going to office.
But why can't we walk everywhere? I mean, taking this car, it's really such a huge wastage of natural resources. I mean, look at oil. We're just using cars everywhere and just wasting all this oil on really foolish errands.
It's all there in my book, all the answers to these questions. What is this thing about wasting oil? Why do people jump on the bandwagon and everything, you're wasting oil, you're wasting oil, I didn't understand this only. When oil was under the ground for 2000 years, what good did it serve anyone? Now we are extracting it, now we are removing it, now we are using it for good and people have a problem. You see, people will always have a problem. When they're not using something, they will have a problem. When they're wasting something, they will have a problem. So you should not worry about all that. We are using oil for cars. That is all that people need to know.
Mr. Saikal, you really make some very convincing arguments in favor of cars. But we have finally come to the end of the day and to the end of our show. Do you have any final words to add?
I love the smell of exhaust in the evening. In the end, what I want to tell people is, drive your cars, fill them with the petrol, listen to the purr of the engine, and go on long drives listening to the radio, because it will make you happy. I don't want to make you unhappy like everyone who is questioning cars is trying to do. There is a kind of sadomasochism there. They want you to buy cars, but at the same time they don't want you to enjoy them. I am telling you, be happy and enjoy your car. Thank you.